We are breaking down one of the most incredible football comeback stories we've seen in recent memory. If you love a narrative packed with early heartbreak, brilliant tactical adjustments, and just pure, unadulterated history, you are in exactly the right place. We are looking at a clash that literally had the whole world watching.
52 years. I want you to just let that sink in for a second. That is exactly how long the Democratic Republic of Congo has been waiting for a World Cup win. Imagine generations of fans waiting for just one moment of global triumph on the pitch. Keep that immense historical weight in the back of your mind as we go through this, because it honestly makes everything that unfolds in this match so much more powerful.
Section 1. An early shock.
So to kick things off, the atmosphere down in Atlanta Stadium was absolutely electric. But man, reality hit fast. Let's walk through exactly how quickly things went sideways here. Just 10 minutes in, there was this really costly defensive misunderstanding between defender Yoane Wissa and goalkeeper Lionel Mpasi, and it left their backline incredibly vulnerable. Uzbekistan's captain Eldor Shomurodov seized on it perfectly. He executed this delicate, measured lob from a super tight angle to put the debutants 1-0 ahead. Then, a glimmer of hope. Just 7 minutes later, at the 17-minute mark, DR Congo thought they had their response. Nathaniel Mbuku fired a stunning strike into the back of the net. They were celebrating what looked like an instant equalizer, but, well, as we all know, VAR loves to completely ruin a party. The goal was ruled out for a foul in the build-up, so by the time we hit the 45-minute mark, it was just pure frustration for the African side.
And you know, that really just sums up the whole dynamic of that first half. DR Congo absolutely dominated possession. They had the ball, they dictated the tempo, but they were essentially running headfirst into a brick wall. Uzbekistan had settled into a deeply organized defense, and the Leopards just couldn't break them down before the interval, so they headed into the locker room trailing 1-0.
Section 2. The tactical shift.
Going into the second half, the urgency was just off the charts. The African side emerged from the tunnel playing with this immense physicality and intent. They knew their historic moment was slipping right through their fingers, and just trying harder wasn't going to cut it. They had to solve that first-half problem of having all the possession, but absolutely zero penetration against that deep defensive block. Head coach Sébastien Desabre didn't just cross his fingers and hope for the best. He made a brilliant tactical pivot. Early in the half, he brings on Fiston Mayele to completely refresh the attack. And wow, this single substitution injected so much pace, physicality, and a relentless urgency right into the squad.
Section 3. The turning point.
So all that relentless pressure and newfound physicality from the substitutions, it finally started to cause real, visible cracks in the Uzbek opposition's armor. And the absolute turning point came right here in the 68th minute. The incredibly dangerous Yoane Wissa decided to take matters into his own hands. He makes this spectacular, driving run straight into the penalty box. This directness completely changed the geometry of the game, and it forced Uzbek defender Abdulkadir Husanov into a really clumsy, desperate challenge. The referee had absolutely no choice. He points straight to the spot. Penalty.
Section 4. A historic turnaround.
Now, I want you to imagine the pressure in that stadium right then. 52 years of history resting on one single kick. Wissa steps up, dusts himself off, and stares down the goalkeeper. And with absolute ice in his veins, he coolly sends the keeper the exact wrong way. 1-1, the turnaround was officially on. And look, once they smelled blood, they did not let up. It was a rapid 1-2-3 punch that totally broke the game wide open. Following that 68th minute penalty, we jump ahead exactly 10 minutes, 78th minute. Winger Meshak Elia keeps this frantic attack alive and unleashes a shot. It takes a heavy deflection, but who reacts first? That crucial substitute, Fiston Mayele. He applies a really clever flick at the near post to guide the ball right into the net. Just like that, the tactical sub makes it 2-1, and the stadium just erupts.
And then comes the final nail in the coffin. As the clock ticked away into stoppage time, Uzbekistan was desperate. I mean, they had to save their World Cup campaign, right? So they threw bodies forward. But that left them completely exposed at the back. DR Congo hits them with a clinical counterattack. In the 91st minute, Wissa picks up the ball on the edge of the box and unleashes this beautiful pinpoint curling strike right into the bottom corner. An absolute dagger to secure his brace and seal a magnificent 3-1 victory.
Section 5. The 52-year wait ends.
When that final whistle finally blew, the emotion was just unbelievable. Down in Atlanta, DR Congo players literally fell to their knees praying in the center circle before running over to celebrate with their traveling fans who had waited half a century for this exact moment. Because remember, this wasn't just 3 points in a group stage. This was their first World Cup win since 1974, back when the nation competed as Zaire.
And even better, it officially secures their first ever ticket to the World Cup knockout rounds. It's the realization of a monumental milestone that fundamentally changes the sporting history of an entire nation.
You know, the source material summarizes this achievement with a phrase that I think is just perfect. The Leopards roar into history. And honestly, that hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures the immense weight, the palpable emotion, and the sheer momentum of this incredible comeback victory. They didn't just sneak away with a win. They roared back from a devastating early deficit on the biggest stage imaginable.
But of course, the beauty of the World Cup is that the ride isn't over yet. The Leopards now march confidently right into the round of 32, which leaves us with a massive question on the board. How will they fare in their upcoming blockbuster clash against England? They've got the momentum, they've got the spot-on tactics, and they have the unwavering belief of a nation right behind them. Can they keep roaring against a global heavyweight? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Thank you so much for joining